All right, so you want to start a business? Okay, I got you. Now, here's 5 things you need to have before you even think about starting a business, all right? And I mean this. Too many people start a business on impulse. This is how most wantrepreneurs do it. Notice how I said wantrepreneurs, not entrepreneurs. Most wantrepreneurs say, I want to make some money. Oh my God, I have a brilliant idea. And they just start racing and start rushing. Now, I appreciate the execution. I appreciate the action taking. But let me tell you something. Entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, are highly strategic. All right, they plan. I plan for months before I start a new company. And that is why my success rate for businesses today is closer to 90-95%, not the 5% that other people report. So number 1, now this one might hurt a little. I'm gonna go straight for the gut punch. You ready? Number 1, money. I said it, there. You gotta have money. Listen, a business is not a joke. There are too many people out there peddling too many lies right now to start to make $1 million for free. The truth is this, a business, okay, let me give you the reality. A business needs either one of 2 things, time or money, but the business that'll have the highest chance of success has both time and money. Now, what kind of money? Am I talking like $100,000? No. I'm not asking you to start a franchise business that takes $100,000 or $200,000. Thanks to the internet, well, you can start a business with much less, but at least a couple $1,000s. Why? Well, first of all, you're gonna need to get some education. You're gonna need to buy some material to learn, right? On number 4, I think, when I talk about there's something you need, and I'll express that in number 4, but you need money for that. You need to buy a domain name. You need to be able to hire someone to get your website up or to get things up. Don't try to learn to do all of this on your own. You'll waste tons of time. All right, now if you really have no money, then you need a lot of time. And you need a lot of time. I mean months, maybe more than that. Because you need to learn every skill, you need to do everything yourself, and guess what? To get traffic to your business, you have to do content marketing, which takes ages to start. The amount of discipline that you need, the amount of consistency you need, very few people in the world have it. So the bottom line is, you need money. You need to be ready to invest. And you know what? Don't tell me you don't have any money, because if you have time, you've got a part-time job you can get. If you have things in your life you don't use anymore, list them on eBay, sell them. Create a separate bank account where you start to put money on a regular basis, even if $5 at a time, that's for your business. Wait till that gets up to a sizable amount based on your strategy and your plan, and then execute. It literally quadruples or 5x's your chances of success. All right, so let's move on to number 2, marketing plan. And what am I talking about? This is, I get messages all the time from friends and from top students, and they say, Anik, I just need 15 minutes of your time, just 15 minutes. I have an idea. My God, I tell you, people have ideas. Ideas are a dime a dozen. Everyone has an idea. I have an idea. I want to tell you about it. Okay. Well, I sit down and I can tell you right now, 98% of my conversations end with only one question that I ask them, and everything falls apart at that question. And I ask them, how will you market this? How will you get your first 10 customers? And they say, well, I'll do social media. How? What? Specifics? Do you got data? Do you got proof? Do you have a model? Do you have someone else doing it? Can you show me an example? I want a total marketing plan. I don't care if you don't have a financial plan even as much. I don't care if you don't have any other plan, but marketing plan, how you get your first 10 customers is key. Now someone will say, I'll run Facebook ads. Great. Do you know how to run Facebook ads? No, I'll have to learn it. Okay. Why don't you learn it first before you start the business? Or maybe if you need to hire someone, why don't you find that person first before you try to start the business? Now also, you're gonna run Facebook ads. Does it actually work? Do you know your numbers? How much are you gonna spend per click? How much are you gonna spend per lead? How much do you estimate spending per sale? Don't just throw random numbers out there. You gotta go do research. You gotta connect with people on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Instagram who are already doing it and get some data out of them. This is called research. Research is so key. So marketing plan has to be specific, has to be to the tune that you can really rely on it. And I'll tell you this is how I go into a new business. I go into a new business with a marketing plan that would bring me double of what I want initially. Because that way, if my marketing plan is only half as effective, if it sucks, I'm still at a place where I'm doing well. But you have to have a very specific marketing plan. What kind of advertising are you gonna run? What kind of funnel are you gonna build? Who's on that team? Who's gonna run what? Do you have that skill set? Or should you invest some time right now before you launch your business to gain that skill set? Super, super important. All right, number 3, break-even point. What is that? All right, so everyone starts a business on the highest of expectations. Most people, every time we start a business, right? It's like what do you call it, honeymoon period when you first meet someone that you're just, oh, everything is great. Man, everything they're doing is great. Every conversation is great. Everything is awesome. So when we start a new business, it's honeymoon period. We're so optimistic and we do Excel files. I love you Excel entrepreneurs. Okay, if I get 1,000 people here, oh my God, I'll make $1 million. If I get this, oh my God, I'll make 1.5. Okay, hold on, stop. Okay, before you go off making millions in your plans, can you tell me one number? What is your break-even point? What is the number of customers you have to attract to make the effort, time, and risk you put into starting that business worthwhile? I'm in the process of starting a new business right now, and I determined that for me, the first 20 clients, I have to get 20 clients to make that business worth my time. Now, that doesn't mean I'm break even, I would be profitable, but in my mind, that would be, for me, break even on my time investment. That would make it worth it for me to have gone down this venture altogether to begin with. So what did I sit down? Well, I sat down, and what did I do? I sat down and I looked at what marketing plan. So I looked at my marketing plan. Is my existing current initial marketing plan good enough to get me my first 20 clients? And I decided, no, it wasn't. So I had to go back and edit my marketing plan. I got it to the point where I'm now confident that it would get me 40 clients. Notice that? 20 times 2, 40. So now I know that even if my marketing plan is half as effective, I'll get to 20, I'll break even, it will have been worth my time, I won't have wasted time or money. And so you see how I start to move the chances of success. I start to move it, boom, boom, boom. It gets closer and closer to 100% because I'm being strategic, all right? You need to know at what point is it worth your time. All right, moving on to number 4, model to hack. So what am I talking about here? Listen, when you're first starting as an entrepreneur, don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to do something new that's never been done before. Now, you might succeed. You have about a 2 to 3, 4, 5% chance of succeeding, and if you do, great, congratulations. You'll be the first and you'll be huge, and the chances of that happening though are minuscule. You don't have some major skills you need to run a business. Now listen, I've been an entrepreneur for 15 plus years. I've built multiple companies. So I'm finally at the place in my life where if I had a new, innovative, crazy idea, for example, this Lurn Center that I spent $3.6 million building, okay, I'm ready. I've got the faculties, the knowledge, the skill, the network, the people, the team to go out there and try something brand new that there's no model of. But when I first started 15, 16 years ago, I didn't know anything. I was just learning. I had book knowledge. I watched videos, read books. That's not the same as action knowledge. So I tried to go do something brand new back then. I tried to enter a brand new market that didn't exist, that no one else was out there doing. And guess what? There was a reason no one was doing it. I got my butt kicked. I didn't know what I was doing. Plus I was trying to do something no one else knew how to do. And I got my butt kicked. So then I took a step back and said, you know what, right now I just need success. I got to get the rhythm and the momentum going. So I went and found a business model, a niche, a topic that existed, that many people were doing, that I could emulate, that I could hack, that I could go see what they're doing. Because my guess is this, if there are many other people doing something and doing it well, my chances of being able to do the same go way higher. So again, I moved that grade closer to 100%. So if you're starting a new business, can you show me an existing other business that is like it? Can you show me their marketing plan? Can you show me their pricing plans? Can you show me when they launched, how fast they grew, who's on their team? Can you show me what assets they had when they launched? So don't come to me with a business that when I look at it launched with a $10 million investor. Well, do you have $10 million? So you need to find an existing, right? So in the internet marketing space, we call this many times funnel hacking. You gotta find the funnel. You gotta find the business, you gotta find their models, you gotta find their hooks, their angles, their ads, their pages, their pricing, their products, their back end, their front end. You gotta do all of it. You gotta research all of that. You need to have a model that you can hack. All right, last but not least, number 5, insurance plan. No, I'm not talking about calling an insurance company and paying them money. No, here's the deal. What happens if you fail? What's your insurance plan? See, here's the big thing. The odds are when you're first starting a business as an entrepreneur, your first business, the odds are against you. You are more likely to fail. That's just a hard reality. That's why we built Lurn Nation. That's why we built this facility, so that we increase your chances of success. Now with me, I've launched so many businesses. My chance, with every business I launch, the chance of it succeeding goes higher and higher and higher and higher. But when you're first starting, the odds are stacked against you. So let's say you have this idea, you have a marketing plan, you feel like you have a great model to follow and all of those things, and then you go out and you have to invest $10,000 for it. All right, fine, no problem. And I've invested multiple six figures to launch a new company. The amount I have to invest is not the problem. The problem is if it goes south, can I survive? So if you took a loan against your car for $10,000, and that means that if this business doesn't work, you ain't gonna have a car. Well, that's not an insurance plan. That's not a good insurance plan. You are not prepared to absorb the risk of launching that business. Don't launch it. Now, let's take it a different way. Let's say you have a very expensive car and you take a loan out against the car, and if you don't pay it back, you will lose your car, but you could just buy a less expensive car. Like the worst case scenario for you would be you have to downgrade your car. Well, that's not that big of a deal, right? I mean, if that's the worst case scenario, that might be worth the risk and the reward of actually succeeding. But even more so, this is why I always say when you're broke, it's not the best time to launch a business, because you don't have a safety net. So I've worked with students where I've said, okay, listen, you're gonna be putting $2,500 into this business. What if you lose it all? And they look at me and they're like, well, I'll just work extra hours. It'll take me about 4 months. I'll take on some overtime, and I'll be able to make that back. I'm like, well, brilliant. You have an insurance plan. You know how you'll recover the capital, and it's just 4 months of working a few extra hours, some overtime. That's not so bad, right? To potentially unlock a whole new future in your life. So insurance plan, you gotta think about the worst case scenario. I know all the people in PD right now are turning. Oh, you can never think about the worst case. Are you kidding me? That's the best thing I do. I always look at my worst case scenario when launching a new company, and I have to make sure that that worst case scenario is completely doable and it doesn't scare me and I'm okay with it. Because you know what happens when you have a worst case scenario plan and you're okay with that plan? You're never nervous, you're never scared, you're never stressed while you're launching the company. You can be of a great mindset, a great place, you can be energetic, and you can give to it completely because you're prepared for the worst and you're okay with the worst. You know how to get out of it if it goes south. That's a true gift when launching a new company. It can take you miles, all right? So those are the 5 things that are must-haves if you are launching a brand new company. Don't even think about launching a business without these 5. I mean it, all right? This is Anik Singal reminding you, when life pushes you, stand straight, smile, push it the heck back. Talk to you soon.